I get a lot of questions from home service contractors that ask me how they can rank better on Google Maps and use their Google Business Profile to get them more business. So today I'm going to pick a random business in a random city, and I'm going to do a marketing makeover, a quick marketing makeover where I look at their Google Business Profile and also their website and provide some tips and tricks that I would do to change things on that profile and on that website to help them rank better. We want them to go from something like this to something like this, where green is in the money. When you see green, it means you're showing up at the very top of the first page of Google when someone is searching locally for your service. So let's take a look. I'm going to make myself a little smaller here. Let's put this here and let's go. All right, so I picked a random carpet cleaning company in Las Vegas, Nevada called Aloha Carpet Cleaning. I do not know these folks. They're not a client of mine. I'm just taking a peek under the hood, and I'm going to provide some tips and tricks. And hopefully this will help you with your Google Business Profile. So they are a carpet cleaning service. You can tell what their primary Google Business Profile category is right here, because Google tells you. Carpet cleaning service, that's what they selected, okay? That's going to be important in a second. They have their address listed, their phone number. Having an address listed on your profile will help you rank better. So that's great that they have that. What I noticed is they don't have any questions and answers. They didn't take the opportunity to include some FAQs here. You can add some FAQs to your profile. So I would, as the owner of the profile, you can go in and ask a question and answer it. So I would put maybe 4 to 6 FAQs right here in the profile. It usually shows up right here. The other thing that I noticed is they haven't had an update in quite a while. This is where Google will show updates to your profile. And if we look right here, the last time they did this was over a year and a half ago. So in January of 2024. What Google wants to see once your profile is optimized is they're looking for activity in the account. And activity comes in 2 forms, updates and reviews. Now you can tell they have some great reviews, all 5 stars, 67 reviews. But let's click in here and see when the latest one was. Okay, about a month ago, 2 months ago. Okay, so there's a gap here, right? They're letting a month go by. Okay, they got 3 last month. And okay, then 3 months. Look, there's a 4-month gap here between this review and this review. That's not good. That's not showing Google that you are an active business on the platform. So what I would suggest for this company is to have some sort of automated review system that every single new customer that you work with gets a review request through text and email, not just an email and not just a little link at the bottom of the invoice. That's not going to do it. People need follow-up. We want to send them an email and an SMS, like a text message, and then we want to follow up. If they haven't left a review, maybe a couple days later, we follow up. We're not annoying them. We're just trying to get them to leave us a review. This will show Google that they're an active business on the platform. One of the things, if you remember, we determined that their primary category is carpet cleaning service. A missed opportunity here is to not include that primary category in your business description. So you see it says, welcome to Aloha Carpet Care. Okay, I understand that they have carpet in this, but this is the name of their business. So I would say, welcome to Aloha Carpet Care. We provide carpet cleaning services in Las Vegas, Nevada, as well as, and then pick some other little cities and towns within their service area and include that here. I would also mention some of the services they offer. As we're going to see on the website, they have multiple different services. It's not just carpet cleaning. So this is a missed opportunity to not include that here. All right, so let's take a look at their website and I'll show you what I would do differently. So we've got Aloha Carpet Care. We've got a couple things here. One of the first thing that stands out to me is this link right here. This page brings them to a link to their Instagram page. And the idea with having social media links on your website, it's fine to do that, but stick that at the very bottom of the page. Do not put that front and center at the top, because what happens is this becomes an off-ramp. People will go here, they'll click through to Instagram, and then guess what? They forget about you. They don't come back because now they are looking through their feed, they're answering DMs. This is not a good idea to put this up here. So I would get rid of this, and I'd put the social links at the very bottom in the footer. All right, so right here, when I land here, this is called the above the fold, or the hero section. It's the part that I see before I scroll. Okay, it says Aloha Carpet Care, but I don't see anything else about carpet. All I see is a special here and a book now button. So this is a missed opportunity. I would select this right here, their primary category, and I would say #1 carpet cleaning service in Las Vegas. And then I'd have a little bit of information. I'd lower this down the page a little bit. Okay. Now it's good that it looks like an employee or maybe the owner is doing work. That's great to have photos of your team on your website. It shows that you're not just using stock photos, and it's a nice looking photo. So that's fine. It talks a little bit about what type of carpet care they provide, both residential and commercial. Okay. And then we've got services provided. It has a whole bunch here, but these are not clickable. These aren't bringing me anywhere. Okay. And you remember, they've got 67 reviews. Have you seen a review yet? Have you seen any mention that they are 5-star Google reviewed? I haven't seen anything yet. So if I were to find this website randomly and not have found their Google Business Profile, I would have no idea that they've worked with anyone. Okay, then they've got, request a quote. They've got their hours here down the bottom, which is good. That's what Google's looking for. So make sure you have your hours of operation. But the only problem is it says opening hours, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Is that 7 days a week? Is that just Monday through Friday? So I'd be a little bit more specific here. They have their phone number, and that matches the Google Business Profile. Great. They also have their address. That's awesome. Google wants that. but I would be a little bit more specific here. And I'll show you what else I add to the footer in just a second. So let's go to their services page. Okay, now this is what distracted me last time. I clicked this. I'm now on a different page, but has anything changed? They've left this exactly the same. So I don't even know if I'm on it. I might think that all of these pages are like the website's broken, but really it's just the same hero at the top. And now here, look, services provided: carpet cleaning, curtains and drapes, commercial, marble and granite countertop, area rugs. Okay, so they've got all this, but look, none of these are clickable. You're not even telling me any little bit of information about this. This is a missed opportunity. If you want to rank on Google, not just for your website, but your Google Business Profile, you have to have dedicated pages for each of your services. So I would have a page for carpet cleaning and curtains and drapes. And this right here would be like a drop down. It would slowly drop down. I'll show you what that looks like on another website. So now here's the opportunity here. When you have dedicated pages for each of your service, then on your Google Business Profile, you can create what's called products. Now this might sound crazy that a service business is putting products, because they don't sell products, right? They sell services. However, think of each of your services as a product of your business. So I would have, with all of these dedicated service pages, I would create a product on your Google Business Profile for carpet cleaning, for curtains and drapes, and all of them going down. And it would link directly to that page on their website. Let me show you what this looks like on a client's. This is one of my clients, Weedman Lawn Care, and you see right here, here's the product section. And if we view all, you'll see that I've created a product for each of the services that they provide their customers. So if we click into, let's say, lawn fertilization, it has an image, it has a little bit of information about it, and then there's a link here. Where does that bring us? That brings us to their dedicated page for lawn fertilization on their website. Okay? So that's a great way to differentiate yourself from your competitors, because most home service providers are not putting products on their profile. All right, so let's go back here and let's look at, they've got a gallery. So let's take a look. Okay, you notice nothing's changed. So I would change up this top portion so people know they're on a different page. And they do have a gallery of like before and after. This is great. This looks a little chaotic to me. I would put this in maybe a slider so that it's easy for people to just click through instead of seeing all of them at once. This is a little overwhelming for me. And then they've got a contact page. So contact us for what? You see right here, call for a free estimate. That's great. Maybe you should get rid of this and put this as a button and make the button free estimate. Okay, let's take a look and see what it is. See, nothing's changed at the top. And we've got a little form. That's totally fine. And then they can submit. Okay, cool. So let me show you what it looks like, what I'm talking about with this website. This is another client of mine. This is not a carpet cleaning company, but the principles apply to all home service provider websites. So you notice we have a page for each individual service. Okay, we're telling Google that these different services are important. So important that we dedicated an entire page to these services. You notice up here, this guy is a general contractor in media. So, and this is his Google Business Profile primary category. So I put that at the very top, and this is his primary location. So I put it at the very top. This is the hero section. You notice how this hero section looks so much better than this right here? Because we're giving them specific information. Number one contracting service, general contractor media. We're telling them a little bit about it, and we're giving them an option to take our main call to action. You notice it's up here too. Request a quote, or they could call. You notice how there's social proof up at the very top. We want to hit them with some social proof at the very top, because sometimes people might not scroll unless they see all this stuff. You notice here, we've got links out from the homepage to the dedicated service pages. We've pulled in reviews. They have 45 reviews. This company here has more reviews, but yet I don't find that anywhere on their website. It's a missed opportunity. Google likes it when you display the reviews from their platform. And I want to show you down at the bottom here, we actually have a Google Business Profile map embedded directly into the website at the bottom of every page. This is called the footer right here. So we want to take this opportunity to embed this map. Google likes it when you embed their properties onto your website. Now, how do you find this? I'll show you. You click through, there's a little share button right here. If I click share and I click embed map, I usually use the small version. It'll give you a little piece of code. You just copy that code, and then you or your web designer can stick that right into the footer at the very bottom of the website. And you notice right here, see? I have the social links. Totally fine to have that on your website. It's good to have it, but put it at the bottom, because these are off-ramps. We don't want them to go to Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn here and then forget about us and they never come back. Okay? So these would be the suggestions that I would make to Aloha Carpet Cleaning. Hopefully this information is helpful for you. You can see maybe some holes or gaps in your Google Business Profile. All those things are preventing you from ranking higher. And the idea is we want you to show up at the very top of the first page when someone searches locally for your service. And if you fill out this information, this profile completely, you optimize it the way I just showed you, and you get consistent activity in the account. One of the things I want to show you right before we leave here, you saw that this was a year and a half ago. So if I found this business, I would not even know if they're still in business. There hasn't been a lot of activity in this account. Look at this one right here. Look at the updates. An hour ago, 2 hours ago, 22 hours ago. Obviously, this is an active business because they're constantly updating their profile. They're getting reviews on a regular basis. The last time they got a review here Let's see. Oh, it's not. Yeah, newest. 10 minutes ago. 10 minutes ago. You see? So Google is, these guys rank on Google Maps when someone searches for their service because there's activity in the account. So take this information, tweak your profile, make some changes to your website. If you need help with any of that, just let me know. I'd be happy to help you. Hopefully this information was helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.